Welcome back to another episode of Alchemize Your Life. I am your host, Tori, and today we have a very funny guest. Most importantly, he is a Black God-fearing man. He is an actor, a comedian, a creative mentor, a business owner, a professional traveler, and he is an OG YouTube skit maker. We have Rome Green Jr. today.
Woohoo!
How are you?
Feeling good, man. I had some good plums on the way over here, man. They were delicious. And I was like, these plums they're cold, they're fresh, they're smooth. They kind of remind me of myself, cold, fresh, and smooth. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Takes one to know one.
That's it. Maybe I'm a plum. Maybe I'm a plum.
Is so funny.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, good. I'm so excited.
I'm happy we timed it. You hit me and Cam up at the right time. Like, I was like, I just happened to be coming to LA. And I'm excited.
Good. I'm excited to have you. You are my second guest. I'm really nervous, but I'm really excited. We were just talking how we lined it up perfectly because Niche found out you were coming and we hadn't even talked about the podcast yet. And then we last minute, honestly, this was a 24-hour decision to make the podcast.
So it was just all right, it's time.
Yeah, because this has been a main point recently. I went to a networking event and it gave me so much fire. And I don't know what happened from that night, but ideas just started pouring in. And then the podcast came up and I texted her at 8:00 at night.
It was something like that.
And I was like, hey, you want to help me with the podcast? And then the next day
we were here recording.
Yeah. Congruency happened, right? I think you were incongruent with, you had the idea subconsciously, but consciously the inaction wasn't allowing you to do the thing, but subconsciously you had it and you was like, I know I got this podcast. You went to the event, which was an action-based thing.
Yeah.
Those things met and then it moved into the material.
Yeah.
So I think that's exactly what happened. Congruency.
Yeah. I don't even know what congruency means.
Congruency means in alignment. So there's incongruent things and then there's congruent things. Like when people are subconsciously, they're like, I want to have a six-pack. But then on the outside, they are eating a six-pack of donuts.
Right.
Those two things don't align.
That makes sense.
So they're incongruent.
So what they
But
eat.
when you put the congruency, which is I want to have six-pack abs, I see the donuts, I want the plums.
Got it. Okay.
Now we're congruent.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Congruent. Yeah.
This has been a long time coming. I feel like this has been another manifestation that we have brought to life. The first time we met, we asked you guys to go get burgers.
It was very exciting.
What were you thinking when I just randomly asked? I mean, I asked Cam, but these two randoms just want to go get.
I see it as an opportunity to serve, right? I think serving is the highest form of love to me. And I think most of the people that meet us, they're like, you guys are really chill in person. It's very relaxed. Sometimes the internet can give somebody a perception that 100%. They may come off a certain way or, oh man, they've done so many things. They're not going to want to just sit down and chat and this and that and third. And we were like, yeah, sure. Let's go get some grab food. Let's go talk.
It was
let's go chat.
Yeah.
I think I just looked at it as an opportunity to help someone else, to pour into somebody else. And I just think it's the law of circulation. You pour out and it comes back in and you can't be resistant to the thing. And so he told me and I was like, all right, cool. Just let me know what time. Let's figure it out. And then, that was pretty much it. And you guys were just great when we met you and it was cool. We left there. We was like, I think they're going to be great. I think they're going to be fine. I think coming into a big city and not knowing people and then also trying to establish yourself and navigate it. And how old were you when you moved?
25.
Yep. Same age we were when we moved here. So I remember that feeling of, being mid-20s and you're like, all right, let me figure this thing out in this new city. And so it's a shock to the environment, but in order to get to extraordinary destinations, you got to move to unfamiliar places a lot of times. And what you guys did is something that a lot of people, a very small percentage of people do, and a lot of people are afraid to do. So I commend you both for doing that. That's a big thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say really quick?
Yeah.
A lot of that had to do with you guys and Boss Talk. I don't know if you remember how much we used to watch Boss Talk, Tori.
We used to watch that a lot, actually.
And And see, that's the thing. I'm glad you said that. Thank you, one. But I'm glad because when you're in the process of creating and doing stuff, you shoot and you go. You shoot and you go. And sometimes you don't realize. Half the time, I don't remember what I said on the podcast. And then people hit me and be like, man, when you said this and then the third, I said that?
You sure?
I was like, oh, okay. So like the fact that you guys were tuned in was an amazing thing because that's what we did it for. That's why we put it behind Patreon because we were just like, the people, because what you pay for, you pay attention to a lot of times. So it's like the people who are behind this paywall, they are really here to curate something different in their lives. And Boss Talk just came from a random thing we wanted to do to help others. And so I'm glad that helped, you know, whichever episode helped. Maybe all of them combined helped. We did. For those who don't know, me and my business partner Cam, we had a podcast called Boss Talk on Patreon for 4 years. We did it every week for 4 years. We didn't miss an episode. We did. We didn't miss it, which is nuts when I think about it. Yeah. That's 200 and something episodes.
That's amazing, though. Yeah. That's hard to do to stay committed.
Absolutely. But I think it just came off the backbone of doing Dormtainment, understanding that consistency and taking that same thing from an old thing to a new thing. And then we're doing the same thing now, taking it, you know, even further. So it's just steps.
Yeah. And you've been doing, you started Dormtainment. I think I seen it was like 14. It's been 14 years since.
14 unofficially, 16 officially.
That's a long time.
16 because we started in 2009, went for 2 years. The first channel got deleted. Yeah. Then we had to start from zero again. Yeah. From 60,000 followers back to zero, then back up again. So when people when it's funny, when somebody hit me up like a fan, they be like, hey, big bro, man, I'm starting my YouTube journey, man. I've been on there 2 months, man. And it's not moving. Yeah.
What advice do you give them?
I say, hit me back when you reach 100 episodes or whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Consistently.
And I said, what you want me to tell you? There's nothing else I can tell you. Like, you've been there 2 months. And I'll be like, okay, well, how many have you done in 2 months? I did like 2 things on there, man, 2 videos. And the audience ain't.
I'm working hard.
Sir, that YouTube is such a different place now. You know what I'm saying? So it takes different methods, different ideologies. And a lot of times, it's not even what they're doing, it's what they're believing most of the time. Like, it's connecting their belief to the creator that they are. So a lot of times I start with how they're approaching the content and all that stuff. But so we've been on there 16 years, which is nuts. Almost 20 years on YouTube. It's crazy. And that's like, wow.
What inspired Dormtainment? Like, was it a big dream of yours to be in entertainment when you were a younger child?
It was a big dream of mine to do something creative. I started a rap group when I was in 8th grade because I wanted to do something different, creative. I loved music. And then I went to school for audio production. And, you know, first day of school is when I met Cam. I met Emmanuel. I met Tay. I met, you know, everybody first day of school. And then it just kind of naturally happened. Again, I went from a familiar place, which was North Carolina, to Atlanta, big city where I had never been. Yeah. And, you know, God kind of ordained the steps that happened. Now we had to put in the action behind it, but I was actually last to come into Dormtainment. They had already formed it, and then Cam was like, "No, we got to get Rome because he's going to be an asset." I turned out to be an asset. Yeah. And so I never had. I'm from a small town in North Carolina. I never had this I want to be famous type of thing. I just knew it was hard for me to sit behind a desk or just be told what to do all day. That was tough for me. I bounced from job to job to job. I can run down a list of jobs.
I've been in every industry.
All types of jobs. I've worked at DSW, Home Depot, Target, Best Buy, all the things. And there's nothing wrong with these places, right? But when you start to get older, you start to see, especially with the emergence of how powerful the internet was becoming. Once the day that really put it into the big picture was the day we got our first YouTube check, which was probably $10 or so. $12. It's like, oh.
But I can make money off of this.
I can make money off of this. then it's like, okay, cool. And so then we just started deep diving into it and really taking it serious and treating it like a business. Some ups, some downs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's when we realized, like, all right, this is go time. Like, let's do it. And I specifically remember Cam saying, if you're not in this for at least 10 years, just stop now.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to work if you are not fully invested for the 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so 16 years later, we're here. So,
yeah. Because it's hard, and not every moment is like, what is the mindset that gets you through the down moments? Because I think a lot of people see, just like social media, it's such a big influence. People
Mm-hmm.
see all of the ups and they don't realize the downs and how long it actually takes and how committed you have to be. Like, what is your, and you guys have such, strong mindsets,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and you guys work for those. Like,
it's interesting. Like, I think my mom helped out a lot. My mom always was super positive. Like, I never seen her like talk negative or nothing
Mm-hmm.
like that. So I grew up in an environment where it was a lot of positive talk. We told
Mhm.
each other, I love you, like verbally.
Mhm.
Like, she always told me that she would support me in whatever
Yeah, it's a good
whatever I had going on. So when I get in those down movements, even though it's tough, especially at the beginning, because you don't know where this thing is going,
Mhm.
but it's like, all right, well, if this is base level, it can only really go
Mhm.
up if this is base
Right.
level. So I always had that in mind. And then as of the past couple of years, I remember I was watching Alex Hormozy, and he was like, in life, you got to choose your hard.
Mm.
You can choose the hard of staying at, the job that you don't like,
Yeah.
and, raising a family and going to work. And that's fine. That's the hard you choose. Or you can choose the hard of going out on your own, figuring the business out, failing, coming back again, failing again, coming back again. Either way,
It's hard.
this is what hard feels like.
Mhm.
So I think I'm probably just going to choose the hard that I might be able to really do something
It's
with
something
it.
you're passionate about.
And that's how I look at a lot of things now. And it's really not that it's hard. It's just new. Most of the stuff is just new. It's like new information. It's
figuring it out.
Yeah, it's
too,
figuring it out. Yeah, it's
'cause-
putting the pieces together.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how I like to look at it, because either way, I heard this quote. It was like the true definition of hell is when you're on your deathbed
Mhm.
and you see the future, the version of you that you were supposed to be, and realize that you weren't even half of that person.
Yeah.
And
That's
it was
scary,
like, that's
even
a
to
scary
me.
thing.
Even to me, when I think about like because I feel like sometimes we're always so in our head about like what are people going to think and how we're going
Mhm.
to come off and we're going to look silly. But I'm just like, sometimes I think like, when it's my time, I got some time left. But when I'm there, like,
Mhm.
I won't have any regrets. Like, I'll look back on my life and be like, I tried everything, even if it didn't work out how I imagined. I tried everything I possibly could to bring to fruition what I wanted, and that the trying is enough for me. And I think people should just try it,
Yeah.
stop being afraid to look silly and learn to, and I tell myself is like, learn to fall in love with looking silly,
Mhm.
learn to fall in love with being uncomfortable,
Mhm.
because at some point when you keep doing the thing, like at some point it's going to feel natural.
Mhm.
And everyone who's been successful had to do something once where they weren't perfect at it.
It's always gonna, like, I tell people all the time, like, there's always gonna be somebody that doesn't like you or doesn't like what you're doing and stuff like that. They're gonna be dead in 100 years.
Yeah.
We are too. It don't matter, to be honest.
No.
And half the stuff, they not gonna, nobody gonna, it's not gonna be a kid 100 years from now and being like, man, look at
him.
Tori.
Yeah.
Look at, they don't know you.
No.
They don't care.
Mhm.
So
And
it's
most-
like, I might as well just do what I'm gonna do. Like, what am I so anxious about? Like, let me
Yeah.
just do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at it. I'm like, all right, well, this person, most of the time, the reason why you see haters in comments or whatever it is, I don't even think it's haters anymore.
Mhm.
I just think it's people that aren't self-aware.
Mhm.
It's people that aren't self-aware.
And they want to do what you're doing.
So if you decide today, I'm going to start my podcast,
Mhm.
I'm going to start promoting it, I'm going to start talking about on my story the things that I believe in, things that somebody going to sit back, and what you're doing is you're holding a mirror up.
Yeah.
As soon as you hold that mirror up, they're like, Well, so what?
Yeah.
I can do that too.
Okay.
Do it then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because listening, I tell people all the time, like, listening to the fans too long, you'll end up being in the stands with them. And you want to be on the court. You want to be in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Stop listening to fans like yap in your ear, because then you turn around, you start yapping back, and now you're not even paying attention to the game that you're in.
Yeah.
So
you are who you hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
You are the environment that you decide to keep yourself in 100%.
And I just try, like I said, I am learning to, even when I feel certain emotions, to just like go through them. Like if I'm angry, be angry, but don't let it. I give myself a time limit. Like if I'm mad about something, like, all right, you got an hour to be mad about it, then move on from it. Acknowledge it, keep it moving. A lot of people, they won't acknowledge it, and then that turns into something else, and it gets stuck. And I don't never want to be that person. So I'm like, let me just acknowledge it and keep it moving. Oh man, I'm disappointed. Oh man, I'm embarrassed. Oh man, I'm frustrated. And it actually feels good when you say, like, okay, well, yeah, I'm recognizing it. I feel it.
Naming it.
Yeah, naming it. Let me get it out of here now. So, yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I want to ask, because, I did my research.
Okay.
But I was I was reading, just, touching on emotions about how, like, you learned, living with your mom, you learned how to be, and sister. You learned how to become more vulnerable and learning how to balance maybe masculinity with the vulnerability. What is that like, and what advice would you have for men who might have trouble being that? Because I feel like it's vulnerability. Even it used to be hard for me to be vulnerable, and it is hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It's something you have to like practice, emotional maturity, but it's seen as like a weakness. And I actually think it's very much a strength when you can like sit with your emotions and honor them and speak on how you're feeling, and know that doesn't make you look any type of way.
Yeah. I think Mom always told me to just say how I was feeling. Therapy later on definitely helped for sure. But she always just told me to express myself. And I was currently reading a book, especially for young men out there. If you want to go read it, it's listen to the audiobook version of it. But it is called The Man That the Moment Demands by Jason Wilson. And in this book, he describes like, so if you look at women as a box of crayons, a lot of them, their emotions are 48 colors, right? Bunch of colors all through. A lot of times men, we lead with a box of 8. And so we'll have red, blue, purple, yellow. And so take our purple, the woman, she may have purple, lavender, lilac, all these different types of purple. And what happens is when arguments arise or things happen, she'll pull out her lavender, and men will just stick with the purple. We won't move through our same range of emotions that we have, because we feel like, oh, well, if I go to lilac, I'm too soft. And it's like, nah, meet her. She pulls out that color, you pull out. Now you on the same path. But if you pull out 2 different colors, the picture you're painting is just kind of weird. And he was describing how, like, if a fire breaks out in here right now, he wants a fireman to come in and be in his masculine. Like, please come save me. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
But when he goes home to that daughter or that wife, you pull out a different color of your crayon box, right? You don't have to pull out the dark masculine. Now let's pull out a nice light color, you know what I'm saying? An evergreen, or you know what I'm saying? A nice olive, whatever that thing, that lime or whatever. And it's like, it really kind of painted the picture of like the multitude of emotions and colors that a masculine man can have that we feel like we can't have. And I thought it was just a really good example that he laid out. And I was like, this is super dope. I'm still going through the book, but yeah, I think it's actually, I think alpha male and all this stuff, what happens is, because of the internet, is painted in one way that it's like, oh, I'm got money, I'm 6 feet, this, that, and the third. But really, I think
it's
alpha,
the surface material.
Yeah, I think it's really in the stillness that you have, like, and the self-awareness and the brain power and the spiritual essence that you walk in a room with. Like, I've seen people walk in a room and say a lot and say nothing. And I've seen people walk in the room and don't say anything, but say a lot. You know what I'm saying? And so I think is what a masculine man looks like. My grandfather is a masculine man, like my dad, you know, gentle guy, but like handles his business like he's supposed to. Like, and so I had those great examples of men growing up around me, which I'm super thankful for. I've seen my dad cry. I've seen my dad express himself in anger, but then I've also seen him be soft and gentle the way he would talk to me and tell me that he loves me and stuff like that. And so I think it's just it's a beautiful thing to have. And I'm blessed to have had both parents. Even though they weren't together, they still operated in a very healthy way and, you know, showed me how to like be a man and lead and, you know, stand up for myself and things of that nature. So I'm very blessed in that manner.
Yeah, I think that's very beautiful. In regard to kind of like mindset and things like that, what kind of things do you have that you do maybe for your self-esteem or for your confidence? Or does your routine look like to keep you on track with your highest self or in the man that you see yourself in the things that you're doing? I
would say being a man of my own word, like, hey, tomorrow we're going to get up at 5, I'm going to work out. The more you do that, it reassures your subconscious mind that you are the person that you say you are. What happens is a lot of people be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to start that routine Monday. Then they don't start and it pushes it back. And all that's doing is tying that, oh, we don't keep our word. Great. Now this is going to bleed into other parts of my life. So I think building that habit of Atomic Habits, great book. I think just building that habit, learning my triggers. I also have certain things where when I wake up in the morning, I read my vision map is what I call it. So I had, and this is an exercise for anybody to do, I had ChatGPT and I told it, I said, I wanted to picture myself 5 years, 10 years, whatever amount of years, picture myself in the place as the person who I'm striving to be and read me off what a week looks like in my life. And so every morning, every night before I go to bed, I'll just read that so that I can start to rewire my mind so that every time I get up, I know who I am and the person that I'm looking at, that I'm looking up to. Because a lot of people look at their goals and I think a lot of people look at goals the wrong way. They'll set a goal and then they don't have any standards to go towards the goal. All right. The goal may be, I want 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, but they don't write a script for the video. They don't research their competition. They don't look at the strategy. They don't cut up YouTube clips. They don't try to get better at speaking. They don't collaborate. They don't do any of these standards to get them to the goal, right? The goal is like the dock where the ships are. The standards are like the engine to the ship that's going to get you right where you're going. And so for me, I like to set non-negotiable standards. Like I'm going to read my Bible. I'm going to work out.
Because you be up early.
4:30, 5 o'clock, right? And because what it ends up doing, it builds confidence. I think people want to have confidence. They just forget the build part. You gotta build it.
It takes people to just think you have it. And that's not it at all.
What you're doing now, 6 months from now, the confidence will be built. Right now, might be a little nerve-wracking. Lights is on, this and the third. For me, I'm like, oh, this is a regular day. You know what I'm saying? I show up, sit down, let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? But that's years of building. And so my mind just knows, oh, I'm already that. That's what it is. And so after a while, you just become that thing. And I've been learning that you can't have before you already have. So you want $5,000, you got to already have $5,000 mentally and spiritually.
Right.
And what that looks like is like, oh, I'm not penny pinching. I'm not scared of this thing coming to listen, that, and the third, because if you don't already have it inside, then it's not going to exist physically. Because nothing in this world that we're in, this cameras, all this stuff existed before it existed vibrationally first. Right. I
was even reading this thing just in regards to that. It's like, I've been listening to a lot of like manifestation, like affirmations and podcasts in the morning. And they were saying like, if you look at all the greats, they didn't wait for their circumstances to prove that they were great. They claimed it, that they were great. And then circumstances just had to follow.
it has no choice. Like, it's in the word, it's in everything you do. And like, I was reading in the Bible in James, I think it's James 1:7. It talks about being a double-minded man, right? That's what happens. Like, people end up being double-minded. And if you're double-minded, that means they're going in the opposite direction. Like, you can't want one thing and then want the other thing and be scared. Like, I was thinking about this when I was on the plane. I was like, I've never met this pilot. I didn't see this pilot. This is my first time on this plane. I have no idea how this engine works. I don't know how we fly this thing. But I get on there and I'm comfortable.
You don't even think about it.
I don't think about it. But yet, God put something on my heart to do.
Yeah.
And I'm asking all the questions. I need all the answers. I need all the things.
That's crazy.
Where's the disconnect?
Yeah. No, that's actually a very valid point you bring, because like we get on these big ass planes in the air and we just don't even think about it. Who
in the hell is up there? It could be flying by itself. I don't know what's happening. Yeah. But I'm on there, I'm ordering stuff, I'm chilling, I'm reading, I'm
taking a nap, watching a movie.
So imagine if we lived our reality like that.
No, that's a very, very great point.
We will be less stressed. Like, if we just like, oh, well, I know it's gonna work out because I know if the plane is my success and it depends on it landing and getting there safely. If we just looked at it like, oh, well, yeah, no, it's God is the pilot, so it's already I know it's gonna land.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing.
That's a really great perspective. I'm probably going to carry that with me.
Yeah,
even
spiritual plane. That's what, and double innuendo, the spiritual plane, and there's the mental plane, there's the physical plane. So if in your spiritual plane, if you just know it already is, then it is. Like, and all these laws and stuff, they just, as I'm learning more about esoteric beliefs and I'm learning more about like things like, as above, so below, as within, so without, and on earth as it is in heaven. You start to be like, oh, these things have been there. We just haven't been taught the right way per se, because why would it say on earth as it is in heaven? It didn't say on earth as it possibly could be if you think about it. And it's just as it is. So it's like, if it's as it is, then that means this is a reflection. And if this is a physical reflection, that means it exists somewhere outside of myself. So if that can do that, and God's given me these principles, then I can do the same thing. And I look at anything I do. Boss Talk, it existed here, then it happened. Yeah. Your podcast, it existed here, then it happened. Nothing exists before it happens here. And you just got to be so like convicted and like nothing can shake you. You just have to believe, even or if it does shake you, you still have to understand that it's going to happen. It's not if, it's just when, but it's going to happen. Yeah.
And that's the thing of manifestation. It's not about worrying about if, ands, whens, buts, or how. It's just like it's when, but like not worrying about how it's going to happen and all the extra stuff. It's just like, it's just a knowing, and then you put in the action that's an alignment with what that is.
I watched this young kid. His name is Nero, super dope black kid, and from London, and he talks about these principles a lot, but he got the information, from Neville Goddard, from all the great people. That's what I've been listening to a lot lately. Yeah, Neville Goddard is great. Like, of course, you got Napoleon Hill, you got Bob Proctor. You got Bob Proctor. It's just so many greats that have taken a lot of these principles, and then like Alan Watts is another one, super dope. And you're like, all right, well, this information had to come from somewhere. And it's like, oh, like, how people get mad at people who are like, I believe in the universe. Yeah. I think they get mad because they're not understanding that, like, God created the universe. Right. So I think sometimes when people say that, they're trying to like describe that they believe in God, but they don't know how to say it because God is above time and space, right? So if God created the universe, I don't think there's nothing wrong with somebody saying that they believe in everything that God, the laws put in, but you have to put your full belief in the creator. But you can look at these laws that are governed by God, because he actually, the reason we're floating is because that's how it was made. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking around on a blue and green speck,
just
floating somewhere. Sometimes I think about it, I get anxiety. I'm like, what? Why? What's happening?
I know.
What's going on?
Sometimes I think I'm just like, what is beyond?
Yeah.
And like you can get lost in that thought. Like, what is beyond this?
Yeah.
You know, like we're just out here just floating in space.
And it's like, I think about dreams, right? I'm reading this book called 78 Ways to Transurf. And it's about transurfing reality, shifting it. And it talks about how, I don't know if you've ever been in a dream and known you in a dream. Have you ever been in a dream and told yourself, I'm dreaming?
I feel like maybe I have. There's been times where I'm like, I'm dreaming and I might not be fully awake, but like I might be aware that I've
told myself, wake up. I've even one time before, I never forget, I was in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was in a dream, and then I started changing the dream.
That's crazy. What is that called?
Like lucid.
Lucid, yeah.
Right. And so when it happened, it only happened that once. I'm reading this book and it says, think about it. That's awareness. Mm-hmm. Where you can be in a state of unconsciousness, but aware that you are in that state of unconsciousness. Wild. And it was like, now apply that to the physical realm. He was like, if you can be aware in this dream and start shifting the way the dream is,
do that in real
why
life.
Can't you do the same thing here?
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of blew my mind. I was like, yeah, like you cast the dream out and then you move accordingly without fear. You just move accordingly. You do what you got to do. And then it starts happening. Every successful person, they just had that vision and then they just started to really live in that vision. They didn't question it. It was like, I got to do this, right? And granted, in the physical plane, we are human. We're going to experience the emotions, but you can't let the emotions overtake the inner belief.
Right.
Because then it cancels out, I would say. It just cancels out what you're trying to do. That's like the girl that might be like, oh, no guys, all guys ain't shit. Mm. Yeah, because you keep saying it.
Right. Yeah.
So you're just confirming to your ego, like, see, your ego will try to prove you right. Mm-hmm. So
every time.
If you say it and then the ego's like, oh, okay, and the subconscious like, let's bring more ain't shit people around me. Mm-hmm. Then you're like, see, I told you.
But
that's just your ego trying to tell you like, oh, we got it right. You got to go the opposite. Like you can't just walk around saying, you got to walk around saying everybody that's meant for me is meant for me. Mm-hmm. Things that happen aren't happening to me, they're happening for me. You have to have these type of beliefs because if you don't, you're going to always, oh man, I want more money. Oh man, I want a new car. I want a new job. All you're doing is just like
reaffirming
a pattern of like, I don't have. Start saying what you do have. I do have life. I do have my arms, my limbs. I am able to do this. I am is a powerful statement, right? It's confirmed. It's confirmation. Yeah.
It takes a lot of work to because even for me, I know like, it's been a long time since I've been doing kind of like my self-discovery and like my personal development. So even I had to like really train my brain to like talk this way. And just like being confident, I feel like people sometimes think, oh, like they're just like that, you know? And it's just like, this is a daily, like it's a daily habit that you have to continue to work on. We, you know, like we're all human. Like you said, we all have these days of heavy emotions and where we could be like, oh, this is shit, you know? But like, it takes work. And that's something I would love people to take away from this is like, you might be in one mindset and hopefully when you watch this, you can be like, oh, like I do have the power to, it's going to be hard and it's going to be commitment to myself, but I have the power to change my outlook. And then eventually, like we're talking about now, everything just has to follow. Yeah. And then eventually you'll start to point out those things that are matching your new mindset.
Yeah. And I think I'm a bit of an extremist in a sense. Like when I do something, I want to do it. Like I want to like all in, right? When I decided to do 75 hard, I was like, I'm not quitting. I twisted my ankles like 45 days in. I was like, man, I'm just rapping. I'm keep going. I'm already in. I'm not stopping. But people listen to their feelings way too much. If you listen to your feelings, you will never, ever be successful, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't feel like shooting and editing all the time. I don't feel like doing that. It's fun and I love it. Do I feel like it?
Not all the time.
No. I don't feel like getting up and going to the gym. It's days when I'm like, man,
This bed will.
I'm not doing it though. I've sat in the bed and say I'm not going.
Well, let me get up and go.
Come on, man. Let me get up and go. Come on, man. You listening to the wrong part of your brain.
You got to pep talk. You got to hype yourself up.
You got to. So you can't. Yeah, because feelings will get you in the wrong places. They'll get you like, because that's the case. Then every time you don't feel like doing that video, doing that thing, being the best version of yourself, you're gonna be, I don't feel like doing it.
The second time after that, you're gonna be like, well, it's okay.
It's okay. I let myself go.
And I've been in that position.
One day turns into a week turns into 2 weeks, 2 weeks turns into a month. There's 168 hours in a week. A lot of times, to be honest, people waste like 30, 40 of those hours. And over time, that turns into days and stuff like that. And it's crazy.
It's easy to get comfortable.
It's easy to get comfortable.
And like the irony of it is, like, even if I found with myself, it's like the more I do, even if I'm so busy, I still feel more fulfilled. And I think it's because like I'm getting up and I'm doing something for me. And then I like see my mindset when I'm not really kind of, working to what my potential actually is. And I'm I like feel like crap. And I'm like, what an irony that is. It's like the less you do, the worse you feel. And the more you do, it's like the better you feel.
Because it's like our bodies are meant to move and do things. Like, so that's the thing. Moisturize.
Yeah, no.
Whew.
Talking is a lot.
I need that. No.
Talking is a when I was filming like the trailer for this, I was like, I can see why people who talk for hours and hours, like at some point I don't even know what I'm saying. My mouth is dry.
You don't remember after a while. You were like, oh yeah, I think did we get that take? Did we not get that take?
I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Kind of to maybe like jump into like it's in alignment, but you've done a lot of like pivoting, and it's all under the umbrella of who you are and your passions and what you like to do. How do you navigate pivoting, and why do you think that's like an important skill set an entrepreneur should have?
Because it's inevitable, right? I read this book called The Startup J Curve, and it talks about how every startup goes through like 6 ideations before it gets to what it's going to be. And a lot of businesses, people think like, I'm gonna start this thing and this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, only a few businesses like that. Like Amazon, he kind of lucked up in that way. It's been Amazon, but technically it started books and then it kind of went everywhere else. But the business model has been the same. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that American Express was a train system. Okay, it wasn't credit cards, right? Twitter was something completely different. I forgot what it was before it was that. Like, you go through these ideations. So if you already know, like, all right, I'm not going to be the same, pivoting is a must, because you'll feel the stagnation starting to happen. You'll be like, something isn't right. And that's your body, brain, and soul telling you, hey, we might need to like just
tweak a little
bit. Tweak a little bit. You might have to change your whole business, stuff like that. But we have to be true to ourselves. If we're not feeling this, then when we keep putting, you ever put time into something, you like, I know this ain't what I'm.
You can feel it.
You can feel it.
I feel like I've had so many ideas that I thought were going to be something, and I'm just like, it's just not.
It's not. You can feel it, and it's like it's the signal, like trying to tell you, like, hey, something is off. Listen to me, the intuition, and let's just move. I have no problem with pivoting. Like we did our Shady Side Up, which you helped a lot with. I appreciate that. Then we got to a point where we were like, okay, we want to move around. This is not allowing us to move around. Is this really calling my soul anymore? Not really. It's fun. I like design and stuff. But what I really like is the marketing of it, the shooting videos part of it. Yeah. Let's just shut this part down. Let's go focus on the shooting videos and marketing part. And that's where High Frequency came from. It's like, all right, cool. And now it's like, it makes sense. That feels good.
I remember when Cam was telling me, I was like, that makes sense. I felt good.
It was like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Cause it was a grinding of like, oh, do I go this way? Do I go that way? And it was like, wait. And my mentor really is the one who opened it up. He was like, you guys are creatives. You love to create. You love to bring experience to people. You've been doing it for the last 15 years. Lean into that. Yeah. And we were like, yeah, that makes sense. Now, products and stuff can come down the road, but it's like focus on the thing. But none of this happens without Dormtainment. That's why I tell people, I'm always shouting out books. There's another book called The One Thing, I think, by Gary Keller.
I love book recs.
It talks about you have to have the one thing. LeBron James is basketball. Michael Jordan was basketball. Then was Air Jordan and all the other things. It was Dormtainment. Dormtainment. Then Boss Talk, then Comedy Trap House, then Shady Side Up. Now, it has to start with the one thing. You have to stick with the one thing until it's ready to break off and do its other things. A lot of people don't stick with the one thing. They try to do 5 things, and your brain is like, I don't know which way to go, and this and that, the third. Stick with the one thing long enough till you can see it through at least. And that's what I tell my sister all the time. Like,
it's kind of like sturdy on its own.
Yeah, like let it be
working on its own.
Yeah, you got to let it get through that. At least, like, a lot of people will try to be like, how'd you get your fan base? I'm telling you, I did the one thing for a long time. We did the thing for a long time, and now I'm able to reap those benefits 16 years later, where I still go places and, oh, hey, Rome, man, oh, cool, come on in for free. And I'm like, because of the one thing.
Right.
I have fans come up to me and be like, you know what? I started video production because of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, man, that's amazing because of the one thing. So now that I'm able to I wouldn't be traveling. I would have moved to Seattle. I wouldn't have moved to LA. None of this stuff would happen without Dormtainment. So it's like, I'll never take that for granted. And I tell people, do your one thing and do it the best that you can, and then break off and do whatever, because you're going to have transitions. That's fine. But at least get the one thing down.
Yeah, I think that's very important, because even for me, sometimes now I'm learning, like, focus on this one thing.
Yeah,
it feels good. But there was a point where I was trying to do all types of things at once, and it's like, and I think sometimes people get confused when people are like, you can do it all, and then then they hear people say, like, focus on one thing, and I think both of them can be true.
Both of them, they can be true.
That's a great starting point to focus on the one.
Just get the one. Even if you say, all right, 1 year, I'm a dive in because a lot of people will focus on one thing, but they won't give their true, honest focus to it. Yeah. Like, give your focus and all to it. That way, by the time you get to the end of it, like, you know what?
I did it.
Whew, I exhausted it. And it's kind of worked, kind of didn't. Let me go on to the other thing that I'm interested in now. Or, hey, look what happened, because we focused in on like the power of focus. When you focus in on something,
intentional, like
just like locked in, and that's the zone that I'm in over the past 2 months, and I'm seeing it come to life when I'm just honed in. I'm focused. I'm saying no to things that aren't about my purpose. I'm not going to places that I don't need to be going. I'm like just locked in. You like, oh man, like this is the only way to get to that vision, to get to that $100,000 month that I'm looking for.
Yeah. And some of your friends won't be happy. You might have to turn down that invitation to, go out and spend money and do the fun thing for a little bit. I'm going to
be real with you. And it's just me, because like I said, I'm extreme. I don't care.
Yeah. And at a certain point, you get to
at a certain point, you just don't care. Any of my friends that know me know, all right, if he not here, it's because he truly locked in, right? And it's sprints. Right now, I'm in a sprint. I just moved to New City, so I'm in a 6-month sprint of like, go time.
Right.
We just locked in like 2 new clients. I got stuff to do. I'm figuring out new business system stuff. I don't have to talk about time to talk about nothing else. Like, hey, I appreciate it. No.
Yeah.
Hey, I love you. No. If you're mad about it, I'm be honest with you. I can cut you off. Don't matter. My purpose is that important to me that just nothing else really matters. Like, family, friends.
Yeah. Some people get it, some people don't.
It is what it is. Like, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, this work-life balance thing, and I'm glad people are starting to really like, it don't exist. Yeah. It's work, squeeze some balance in there, back to work.
Yeah.
Back to work. It's going to be unbalanced. You're going to give up.
Because people think entrepreneurship is just this ton of freedom, right? Because we see these entrepreneurs on trips and stuff like that. And it's like, that's a little part, but like there's so much on the back end of these entrepreneurs.
And they probably work to get it to a place where they can work on its own. You want to go from working in your business to working on your business.
Yeah.
Right. When you're working in it, you're in the thick of it. But when you're working on it, like you got a team, you got people set up in place to where you can come in and just oversee and do the things right. It's just like if you take a camera. If I take a camera and I focus in on you, everything else is going to be out of focus because you is what I'm focused on. So when you get focused on something, the rest around is going to be out of balance, and that's okay. But then when you're in your balance season, you're not truly focused, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen at the same time. It's just not going to happen. Hey, you might get married. Cool. If the person who marries you knows you're an entrepreneur, they know that, hey, when he's in these seasons, I might not be able to see him as much or see her as much. Okay, cool. When it comes maybe the holiday season, we'll get a little bit extra time. Right now, I'm in a sprint until the holidays. And then, cool, I can go be with family for a couple weeks, this and that, third. And then I'm right back right back into it. I'm on the gas right now. And then you let up a little bit. You can't go all year. You do have to give yourself a little time.
Rest is important.
Rest is very important. So that's why I like to say, hey, what type of sprint am I on? Is like a 2-month sprint, 3 months, couple weeks. Sometimes you might have a project come in. You're like, all right. I've told family and friends, hey, I'm about to be in like a 2-3 week grind. So if I'm a little lack on the communication, that's why. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, for sure. I get it.
I think the communication is important.
Yeah, just let people know. Like, especially if you love them, the true people that you care about. Yeah.
And in regards, because you're saying like Dormtainment is what started kind of everything. That was kind of like, the big seed planted. What was like one of the best things or the biggest things that you feel like you manifested just from everything that you've done?
To have 1 million subscribers on any platform is something I couldn't even fathom. I'm from a small town in North Carolina. I'm not thinking about 1 million people following. People know my name. People, I go places. Oh man, I've seen your video before. I've had people get on the elevator and be like,
"Aren't you?
That's crazy, man." And I'm like, that's a wild thing to know that you can take something from your mind, put it out into the world. People can love it and appreciate you for it. And even when we sold out the Gramercy Theater in New York, that was a surreal moment to see your name and lights on the theater. Is like
sold out.
Like,
that's amazing.
Wow, that's we did that, huh? Like, now I remember telling the guys, have this moment because it can never happen again. So have it, like, hold it, like, appreciate it. And we did. Like, we took pictures. We just like basked in it, like.
Because sometimes we're moving so fast, we don't even realize we're sitting in something we
prayed for, you know what I'm saying? And so I would say, just having 1 million subscribers has been phenomenal because I think the statistic is like I think I Googled this the other day. It was like, how many YouTube channels are there? There's over 51 million YouTube channels, okay? How many YouTube channels have 1 million subscribers? 59,000 out of 51 million. That's a small crazy small percentage. So I'm just like, that's not a small thing. So whenever I even I get down in certain moments, I'll be like, wait, you did something that somebody may never, ever do in their life. Like, bask in that, because 51 million channels and only 59,000 have 1 million. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And you even talked like yesterday a little bit that you manifested getting paid to travel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I was hoping you could tell me, just like, I know, I'm sure you've told it, but like tell the people listening, just because, just to inspire them. Yeah,
no. Again, it's that belief, that conviction. Like, I'll never forget, we was in Greece. Sun was shining. It was feeling good. And we were like,
beautiful out there. I've never been, but
so beautiful.
I can imagine.
It almost makes you want to cry. It's so beautiful. But
it's sort of like a picture.
Literally. Like, we were there and we were like, we're going to get paid to travel. It's coming. We can feel it. We're going to get paid to travel. I don't know how. It's not my business to know how. We're going to get paid to travel.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Yep.
When you and Cam have those moments of like, we're going to get paid to travel, or just anything that you feel like you're manifesting, how does that feel? Because Tori and I do this a lot, where we just get into these like almost like wild conversations that just feel like if anybody else heard this, they would think we're crazy.
Good. I want people to think I'm delusional. I don't want people to think I'm anything like them. And I think about that all the time. When I'm like when I was back home and I was talking to one of my friends and they was like, we're talking about just making money. And they were talking about like how much money they want to make and this and that and third. And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, like there's no amount of money that I don't want to make.
Right.
Because abundance. I said, I want to make $100,000 a month. That's the base. And they looked at me like, huh? Because money, when people talk about money, they immediately shrink. Yeah. And we're not meant to shrink. Like, think big, think delusional. So when we said, I'm going to get paid to travel, I was like, that's a wild idea. But I love it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is.
Possible.
We're always just like, no, absolutely, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like that. Like not even a second thought. Like,
not even thinking about it. It's going to happen because I deal with an abundant God. So like, I just know it's going to happen. And so we said it. And then 2 years later, it almost felt surreal because the company, you know, like we said, the company reached out and was like, hey, do you want to get paid to travel? I was like, this is exactly what we said.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. I was like, nah.
I know a scam.
Okay, I get it, scammer. Right. Try something else. You must have heard me talking about travel. Right. I get it. Mm-hmm. Then he came back 2 weeks later. Hey, I work for Trovo. Would you like to get paid to travel? What? Talked. 8 trips later, we get paid to travel.
That's
it's so crazy because like the same thing with us. Like when these things that we've said before happen, it's just like, whoa. Because
like, we just be talking. Like we just, and I think it is the conviction in how we talk about it. Like it's just like, and so it is. Like I can't even explain how we talk about it. You know, it's just like this really like magical, like I don't even want to say magical because people already think sometimes it's like woo-woo manifestation, but like it's just like a feeling of just like a knowing.
When people say woo-woo and all that stuff, it's confusing because how else would I be here? I'd be like, what else?
Us here.
How do you explain anything that happens?
Yeah.
How do you explain I can cut myself and then
heal just like that?
Heal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
when you put it that
what
way.
do you want me to? Yeah, it's woo woo. Like it is.
That's the best way I can explain it. No,
it's wild to think about, like how trees grow down before they go up.
Yeah.
When you're in life, a lot of things happen down first before they go up. It's how the way a seed, like you could take an apple, a seed. It can produce an apple tree.
Yeah.
Then it has a bunch of apples on it. Each apple has 4 or 5 other seeds inside of it. So God made it so it produces in abundance.
Just
you can just keep continuing to go. So it's like, how else would these things happen? How can a seed this big grow into an oak tree?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. And no one thinks of it that way. I didn't even think about it.
Sometimes I walk outside and I'm like, these roads weren't here before. It was just
dirt.
dirt.
The mountains out here, and I'm just like, and you can see it a little bit better in like when you're driving in certain areas. Like I think I was driving to Palm Desert a couple weeks ago, and the mountains, like even that alone, it's like these are massive, and like it's a thing. Like God made these huge. It just like blows my mind. It looks magical.
I'm about to blow your mind. I'm about to blow your mind. So, it says that I'm gonna just say this statement, and then you can be like, what? Okay. You have between 17,280 and 28,800 miracles a day.
That's insane.
And you want to know how?
How? Yeah.
That's how many breaths you take.
Oh, wow. That is a miracle.
When you look at life like that, you start to have gratitude in a different way.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I'm breathing.
Like,
you got to really
think about that.
Think about stuff. Like, if my body decided to be like, all right, I'm done, bro. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Done.
You've seen cases on movies and in real life where people
even
fall.
Recently, I think I saw someone post like a mailman or something. He died. He picked up a shift for a coworker and died because of heat stroke or heat wave or something.
We had a
like
neighbor
that.
at our old house. We came home. They were like, "Oh yeah, so and so passed away." Well, huh?
Like
he was outside working, and fell. So that's how many miracles you get to have each time
you take a breath.
you take a breath. And when you just stop and have that gratitude, you're like, thank you. Like, that's all you can say. You know what I'm saying? So like when life gets bad, trust me, it can get worse. Take a breath. It can get worse.
Yeah.
That's why I guess, you know, breathing and meditation is really good because you get to really hold your breath. You get like, oh yeah, this I'm having this, right? It's like you get to take a breath before you give it. Like you get to, and that's what it's give and take. That's what life is. That's the ebbs and flows of it. Like, so that's how many miracles you get a day.
Yeah. I have one more, I don't want to say serious question, but a serious question before we get into maybe some more fun questions.
Oh yeah, I'm with it. I'm with
what is one, I just think this is really interesting. What is one broke mindset habit that you had to let go of, or in something you had to sacrifice? Because I just think I think more people need to understand sacrifice is like the biggest thing when it comes to shooting for your goals.
Sacrifice is when you give up something you want in order to get something that you need. And I think a lot of people just think sacrifice is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take an extra shift this week.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
Sacrifice looks like that thing that you've been like praying for and you want it and it's there in front of you, but you know deep down it's truly not good for you.
Yeah.
But you wanted it really bad.
Yeah.
So now I need to sacrifice what I think I wanted for what I truly need. So like, I mean, you honestly, every time when you choose certain foods, it's a sacrifice. Like, hey, I know I'm on the verge of diabetes. Like, I want the sweets. I know I need the celery.
Yeah.
And it sounds like such a light thing, but that bleeds into everything you thinking about. Like it bleeds into everything. And so sacrificing was me saying, all right, I'm going to move across the country with no idea what's going to happen. But I know I need to get out of this situation that I'm in on the East Coast. I need to shake up my world. And this is the time to do. You have to. So I sacrificed having a family. I sacrificed being near my family. These are important things in people's lives. Like I sacrificed relationships early on.
I just think it's important. I think it's nice to know for each of my guests, I'd like to ask them because I think it's like a glimpse of reality for people who might want to be an entrepreneur or do these big things. Like these are things people sacrifice.
You sacrifice relationship. You sacrifice time, right? You sacrifice. I didn't see my mom for a year at one point. You sacrifice, like, that's risky. Like, if anything happens, I'd be like, dang, I didn't get to, like, so you sacrifice valuable things. Like, that's what it looks like. It's not just, oh, yeah, we get to ride around in cars and shoot,
go on a vacation.
Being in events and parties. Like, that's cool. It's part of it, but that's not really the true thing. Broke mindset. Or
a broke habit that you had to
broke habit that I had to let go. Had to let go of a few of those. I stopped saying, I'm almost to the point where I stopped saying stuff is expensive.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I haven't met the frequency yet. It's not expensive. Like, in the physical realm, it may look like that. Yeah. But I know spiritually this isn't expensive. I like to do experiments with my boy Chat, right? And so my boy Chat, me and him was talking, and I was like, give me the modern equivalent of Solomon, Nehemiah, these great kings in the Bible, of their finances. But don't just give me the equivalent. Also break down how they would distribute their wealth and their real estate and everything. It was phenomenal. Yeah. It was great. Solomon alone, just the gold he had was worth $2.3 trillion.
Wow.
In this day and age.
Wow.
And that was just the gold. That wasn't the land. That was just regular. Like, he was so wealthy that wealthy people gave him more money.
What a place to sit in.
It's just, you just got stuff. Hey, dog, you got a lot of stuff.
Let me give you more.
You so blessed. I want to give you more.
Yeah.
Because you make the economy go round. Like, that's wild. So it's not expensive.
Yeah.
That's expense is it's just a number that somebody labeled a thing, because that art piece could be $5. It could be $5,000. It's the value of whatever that person put on it. So I try to get out of that. And I'm steady. Like sometimes it'll slip up like, dang, that's expensive. I don't want to say that. Stop saying that. I just haven't
the process
met.
of rewiring.
Instead of expensive, I try to rewire and say, I don't want to purchase that yet.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one.
I don't want to purchase that yet.
We're gonna wait.
So that's, so that's expensive. I was trying to think if there was another one I could think of. I stopped looking at whether it's a car, whether it's amount of money. I stopped looking at it as like, wow, dang, that's a lot. I just be like, oh yeah, like somebody's talk about $2 million. But yeah, it's only $2 million. I like put only in front of it, because you never get too high, never get too low. You keep it neutral, and it's like you see somebody wants a Lambo, and they like, oh yeah, man, it's just a Lambo. I'm gonna get it. It's nothing. I'm not even worried about it. It's the same. It's the same pieces as another car. It's just they just named it Lambo.
Brand. Yeah.
So it's
that's
like
an important point that you made. Like never
an important point.
Yeah, there you go. To never let the highs don't let the highs get you too high. Don't let the lows get you too low. Like really try and find that neutral in anything you do.
Book shout out. There's a small book called Peaks and Valleys. Phenomenal.
I have to read these books.
Just small. It just talks about this guy that goes on this journey. He realizes like he was at a valley, right? And when you're in the valley, you never get too low in the valley. Like you understand that it's got to go up. Yeah. So you never let yourself get into these too much of a depressed state. But when you get high on the peak, don't let your ego take over.
Come right back down.
Because you can come right back down. And that's what life is peaks and valleys. You got to try to stay as neutral as possible. And just understand when you are at the peak, it's going to come down at some point. It has to come down to balance itself.
Flow,
but you're going to get back up again. So that's So those are the mindsets. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
A few fun questions before we kind of wrap up. A lot of great gems in here, y'all.
We're going to do multiple episodes. This is one. We're going to come back like a year or two from now. They're going to be like, dang, I'm be like, remember when I said stuff not expensive? No, it's expensive. I'm like, it's expensive outside.
I'm staying my behind in the house. What is this? Going into like more of the fun, loosen up a little bit. What is a song that you put on to hype yourself up before like an important event? Because I know I have, like, for me, it's Beyonce. Anything, even this morning, like I'm gonna put on anything Beyonce, and I'm gonna hype myself up.
I love Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle. Like, especially the first song is just, he has some bars in the third verse when he's like, I'm finna take it there. This time around, I'm gonna make it clear. Spoke some things into the universe and they appeared.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I say it's worth it. I won't say it's fair. Find your purpose or you wasting there. And he says a cuss word. And I didn't want to get too wild, but yeah, it's the way he was flowing on there. He was talking about purpose and like speaking things into the universe. Like he was just, it was good. Yeah, it was hype. But I was just like, oh yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this one here, this is like a speed round, so it's like oars, this or that. All right, cool. Manifest love or money first?
You manifest the love because the love will bring the money.
There you go. Hustle hard or flow easy?
Oh, flow easy.
All right. Talk it out or think it through?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to talk it out. Too much thinking. You sit on it too long. All right, let's talk it out.
Let's get it out
I can think as I'm talking. Sometimes I want to be like, hey, I ain't got all the pieces yet, but let me walk through what I'm thinking.
Talk it out for sure.
Because if you think, you might just sit on it. It's like, that's how ideas happen. Like, you'll sit on the idea, you'll talk it out with some friends, then you'll sit on some more, It's like, nah, let's just get this out.
Resolve it. Let's just action to it, get it out the way. Meditate or hype yourself up?
Either way can be meditation.
Okay. You're right.
I think I'm going to hype myself up.
Okay, cool. Fake it till you make it or keep it 100 all the way?
This is a tricky one.
It is a tricky one because
you can fake it till you make it. I would say realize it until you actualize it.
Okay.
I would say that.
All right. Yeah, give me a third option. Okay. Universe got your back or you make your own luck?
I make my own.
Okay. Gratitude list or goal list?
Gratitude.
Risk it all or play it safe?
Oh, always risk it all.
Yeah. High risk, high reward, right?
Always
that's what they
risk
say?
it all. I'm at the point where I'm like, if it ain't risky, what we doing? The greatest risk is not taking one.
That's true. I would say, I mean, it's easy to play it safe. I think I would say I'm more of a risk. I'll take the risk.
Yeah.
I'll take the risk for sure.
I think the more you realize everything is on you, like you pray like it's all up to God because it is, but you move like it's all up to you because that's how it works.
Yeah.
God is going to give you the plan, and He's
you
have
line
to
everything up. You just got to do it.
That's
just
it.
like Nike, you just do it. Private wins or share the journey?
That's tricky too. Share the journey. People got to get inspired.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's nice. You know, the purpose of this podcast is for people to hear and be like, you know what, maybe I am in this not so great point right now, or maybe I am still building, but like I heard this on the podcast, and you know what, I'm just gonna keep going. And
you can alchemize whatever part of your life you want. Anything. Yeah. Absolutely.
Big city energy or quiet retreat vibes?
I'm a big city type of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Books or podcasts?
You know, I'm a book type
of
guy. You know, I'm a bookie. I'm a bookie.
Let's see. Cash goals or impact goals?
Impact goals, because again, they lead to the cash goals because you're not focused on it. Yeah,
impact anything
goals.
That helps people is going to come back to you.
Yeah, value. Every person that you see who's a multimillionaire, stop looking at them as a person with a lot of money and look at them as a person with a lot of value, because that's usually what it is. Solutions. They figure something out. Yeah.
And last one: spiritual signs or straight logic?
I am such a logical person and delusional at the same time.
Yeah. Spiritual logic.
Splogic.
Yeah. We'll keep it at that. We'll keep it splogic. That's a real thing. That is hilarious. And then one last thing, I wanted to play the word game. So we'll just do one round. But I mean,
I'm here, whatever.
So we pretty much have to think of a word and say the first word that comes to our mind out loud. The goal of the game is to eventually say the same word.
Okay. I played a similar game like this where somebody would start with a word like table, and then you think of the next word and y'all have to say it out loud. And it's like, you might be like coaster, and you both end up saying coaster. So it's similar to that.
Similar to that, but we're just starting, right? Just saying anything. So we're just saying anything, the first word that comes to mind. Once we say that word, we kind of have to see how it connects and keep going until we get the same word. Okay. So take a moment and kind of figure out a word. I have to figure out mine. Okay, I have mine. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Candle.
Love.
Okay. All right. So now we have to think of a word and say a word that would maybe connect the two or has the similarities.
I got
I have my word.
All right, let's see.
1, 2, 3. Flame.
Romance. Oh, okay.
All right.
Flame, romance. Now, I got one. Now, can we give a hint?
No.
Okay.
No
I got one.
Okay. Flame and romance.
Oh, man, this is a good. Oh, come on. I believe in you. Flame, romance. Think about it. It's not too many things that's going to go with this.
Okay. This is what came to mind for me.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Massage.
Sex.
I was going to say that.
See? Sex, massage. Okay. Yep. You and when you hear this, if you don't get it, you're gonna be mad. You be like, because it's an easy one. Sex, massage.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like
ooh, Tori, you have to get this.
You gotta get. I think she might be on.
I don't think I'm gonna get it, but we're gonna try it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Hand
Touch.
job.
No.
Fuck.
I was gonna say happy ending.
Oh.
Touch. Hand job. Oh, all right. This is gonna get a little explicit.
Dang.
But it's true. Come on now. We gotta get this one. Come on. It's only a few things that can happen.
Okay.
Okay.
What if the words are different but they mean the same thing?
We'll count it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay. One.
Wait, hold on. Are you going? I think we got it.
I'm trying to think. How can I say this in the
No. Are you going textbook or are you going?
That's what I'm saying. I think
not textbook.
I'm gonna go not textbook.
Okay, well I think we got it then. All right, here we go. 1,
2, 3.
Nut.
Come.
What? Why would you say
that was good though?
It was good, but I said not textbook. Not textbook would be nut. Textbook would be cum because that's
See, I was gonna say ejaculate. I thought ejaculate was textbook.
I think we got it though. We got it.
Okay. Cool.
That was fun. That was fun.
Isn't it kind of fun?
That was fun.
We literally played it in the car, and after the second time,
we were done. I knew me and Nish were gonna be done. I was like, we're gonna do it one or twice and be done.
And that's how it is sometimes. Like, but I think certain words you just like, oh yeah, and then or if you're friends for sure. Because I
talk at the same time all the time.
I used to play it with a girl I was dating. The very first time we did it, we got it first round. I was like, are you my soulmate?
Because that'd be the thoughts for real. Okay,
that's
so
fun.
I think we're going to wrap up, but one more question before we go. Looking back, is there anything that you would change?
Looking back, is there anything I would change?
And then what would you tell your younger self?
I would not change anything. Mm-hmm. I would tell my younger self to change the way you believe in yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So that's what I would do.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Rome. I had such a great time with this conversation.
Next time I'll bring my list of quotes I got on my phone that's so long. I'm going to turn these into like something and give them out for free because I got...
Do like a newsletter or something.
You guys need a boss talk book.
Oh yeah, we might need a boss talk, but I need to do something. I need to put it all together. But yes,
let's come in.
Thank you for having me.
I had such a good time.
I'm so proud of both of you.
Thank you.
So lovely. I like seeing my people win. Come on.
Yeah.
And y'all better subscribe because if you don't, I'm gonna get upset.
Clock it.
All right.
What he said. Like, comment, subscribe, follow all the things, and we'll catch you next time on another episode of Alchemize Your Life.
I forgot I got my thighs out. Oh, come on, that leg looking nice. Look at that.
You got the knees out.
I got the knees out, oiled up.
There you go.
With the hoochie daddy.
With the hoochie daddies on.